Good afternoon. We just got off work. If you're new here, we live in Anchorage. And when we're not traveling internationally, we love to explore the state of Alaska. And this weekend, we are heading to Valdez. This is a little town in the Prince William Sound, southeast-ish of Anchorage, about 5.5 hours. And it's supposed to be a beautiful drive. The journey is just as wonderful as the destination on this one. Strong this rainbow is. It's so cool.
Right there, one right there.
Five hours later, we finally made it to Thompson Pass, and we were stopped at Worthington Glacier, and we're gonna go up and do the little viewpoint. The ambiance is pretty cool. So you have all these clouds like coming over the tops of the mountains, but it's still sunny, and so the mountains are still really vibrantly green. It's really, really pretty right now. Driving in the cloud right now. I don't think I can see, 10 feet in front of me? We were at our last stop on Thompson Pass for tonight, and we were at Bridal Veil Falls. And I think that every single mountain area, at least in the United States, has a waterfall called Bridal Veil. I feel like this is like the 8th Bridal Veil that we've been to. The view of the canyon from here is awesome. Like just the sloping green hills with the clouds rolling in. There's this little tree on, like standing up on the side. This waterfall, I think, is one of, if not the tallest waterfall in Alaska. This is Horsetail. So these are the two big waterfalls in Thompson Pass. It is the next day, and we have come down to the dock harbor area to head out on a kayak tour. So we are going on a 10-hour tour where we boat out to Columbia Glacier, kayak around Columbia Glacier, and then come back. And right now there's no rain forecasted, so fingers crossed, but it's a beautiful morning, and we got these super cute, what are they called? Waders.
So I think more with him, and then
we're on our water taxi. Headed out into the sound to go to the glacier where we're going to be kayaking. But I think we had like 2.5, 3-ish hours on the boat. It's really pretty out today, so I'm very excited.
just arrived here at Anderson Falls. Beautiful waterfall just flowing off the side of the mountain.
So it has the longest free fall of the waterfalls around here, 300 feet. And it's named Anderson, which is our last name, by the way. Going through a ton of icebergs. Like, I've never seen this many and so spread out. We're still about 18 miles from the glacier that we're going to be kayaking at. Just arrived at the beach that we're going to be kayaking from. So different out here. I don't even have words for it. We went by the Columbia Glacier. There's multiple faces of it because it really broke apart in 2012. So now there's like 3 or 4 different faces of the glacier. Skirts on.
This one is tight on me, so it'll be tight on it.
We're ready to go. Got our life jackets. Got our spray skirts. We're looking very fashionable right now. We're in. And my favorite, it's a tandem kayak, which means the Christian is going to be the little engine that could, as usual. Maybe 100 feet away right now from one of the faces, and just the sheer size of this glacier is, like, from a distance they look big, but they don't look this big. This thing is massive. Maybe 200 feet. Wow, look how pretty that is. Look how clear that is, though. Like, you wouldn't think that the pieces would be that clear from how the glacier looks, but it's just pure ice. This is a hanging glacier right here. You can see, maybe, the GoPro isn't the best, but you can kind of see the waterfalls coming down the sides here.
I think it's with us. It's going with us.
Bringing it with us. Nice.
Literally somewhere that you can't access other than by boat, so that's really cool. We had to kind of weave in between some little pieces of ice to get here, and she's docking our boats right now and getting us some hot chocolate and tea.
We're getting picked up on a different beach than we were dropped off at. We're not going to get as close to the other glaciers because they calve more often, so the face breaks off more often and causes big ripples and waves, so we're not going to get as close. Can't even finish my sentence before another piece cracks off.
You could sit here for probably hours and just listen to it moving.
Yeah.
And it's because it's so thunderous and it sounds so massive. I think the size of probably about a small car just fell off.
Yeah.
And just to put that in perspective, just the sound of that hitting the water when we're probably about half a mile away.
Oh, look, we're starting to go up and down a little bit from it.
Yeah, and now we're starting to feel the waves from it.
Facts about Columbia Glacier. This is the biggest tidewater glacier in North America, and I believe it's the second fastest retreating glacier in North America. Just from 2011 to 2012, like that year in there when it really broke apart in 2012. These were all connected just about 10 years ago. Where we're floating right now didn't really exist as water about 10 years ago. Kind of fun just sitting right here because you can look at the left face over here, this right face over here, or even back there. Such a unique place to be sitting right now. Where the best spot is. So this is the best tasting water, and it looks perfectly clear. Very
Good.
crisp.
Right now we're waiting on our boat to get back so we can head back to Valdez. We had a really great time. Find one that's skip worthy. Yeah, this is gonna be entertainment.
Nice.
We got a haul, y'all. We got our beautiful Philly cheesesteak for Ashley, the rosemary garlic fries to share. There's like fresh garlic in here, like you can see the garlic cloves. And then I got a chorizo, egg and cheese, potato burrito. So I'm extremely excited for this. It's fantastic. This is 1000% one of the best things I've ever eaten. It's got chorizo, egg, cheese, potato, jalapeno, special sauce, which tastes really good.
Our kayak guide said this earlier, but you can see the three main industries of Valdez in the harbor. You have oil, fishing, and tourism.
They picked Valdez to be the endpoint to the pipeline, strictly based on the fact that it actually doesn't freeze most of the time of the year.
Northernmost harbor that doesn't freeze over during the winter, so they can access the oil pipeline all year here. Valdez is the site of the infamous oil spill of 1989, the Valdez Exxon. They actually have these big old tanks now, have all these different like fail stops to make sure that there's no more oil spills. The pilot boat will follow the oil down the pipeline and make sure it's not going to spill into the ocean like it did in 89. It's very evident in the harbor what people are doing. They're either going out on a water taxi, fishing, or something to do with oil.
There's a little fish drain from where they're skinning their fish, and all the seagulls are like walking in it to like hand pick out their fish extras, I guess. It's like a seagull buffet because they like pluck at the stuff when it slides by and just smack on it.
Our last stop for tonight is the Overlook Trail, which is at the Civic Center, not even a quarter of a mile up. It gives you really good views of the Valdez Harbor and city. So we're heading home today, but before we're heading home, we have a couple more stops in Valdez, and our first one is, of course, some coffee. We stopped in at Coffe Co. It's nice and dreary out today, which honestly, I think if you can see Valdez in the sun like we did yesterday, and then the fog and rain the next day, it really, I mean, it's a completely different vibe. It feels like a different place. We stopped on the way out of town at this little gas station called Acres Quick Trip, and it's really raining right now. Like, everything is socked in and raining, but we are still gonna go to the fish hatchery because in the rain, theoretically, the fish should be more present. So we're gonna head over there. Really loved our time in Valdez, so very excited to come back. This is probably one of my favorite spots in Alaska, if not my favorite spot so far. So make sure you add it to your list.
See a lot of fish.
This is the Solomon Gulch fish hatchery. Salmon always try to return to where they were born, and since this is a hatchery, there's a ton of salmon that were born here, and they're just always trying to return home, basically. This is all dead fish behind me, and I think it's because when the tide goes out, they kind of get stuck here.
I've never seen this many fish move at once. Like, it's like in one river. Like, I'm not kidding. There's not a square inch in the river that there isn't a fish, because there's so many of them.
We're on our way home and we're driving through Keystone Canyon again, and we noticed this tunnel for the first time. There's a sign, and it's the Railroad Tunnel of 1905, which was hand cut into the solid rock of Keystone Canyon and is all that is left of the railroad era, when 9 companies fought to take advantage of the short route from the coast to the copper mines at Kennecott, which is over in Wrangell-St. Elias National Park. It says, however, a feud interrupted progress and a gun battle was fought and the tunnel was never finished. This is just on the side of the road. So I thought it was kind of cool because we're just driving home and we're like, wait, what's this giant hole in the mountain?